and created characters and storylines that are relatable to everybody,
Yeah.
no matter where you are in the world, no matter if you're gay or straight, if you're black or white. Every character really struggles with the main question everybody has, especially when he's middle age.
Hi,
Oi, Jana.
Marco, como stai?
Tudo bom?
Tudo bem com você?
Tudo bem, como você tá? Como... Ah, tchau!
Eu tô ótima. Very happy to be talking to you. And thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. We always bump into each other here in LA.
It's
So,
true.
but
We
it's
keep ourselves very busy, but I'm glad we have some one-on-one time. Thank you so
exactly,
much.
absolutely. You've been really busy lately, like on the movie theater. We can late soon we're gonna be able to see the Four Seasons season 2. I already watched all the episodes, but we're
Wow.
not gonna spoil for
No, we can't.
we can't. But we can say that can we say that we have a baby on set? So
We can say that.
we
We
can
can
say that.
say, well, season one really, season two takes off exactly where season one ended. So we are in the sudden aftermath of Nick's death. So we know that his lover, Ginny, was pregnant at the end of season one. And in the poster, she has a big belly. So over the course of a year, 4 seasons, once again, we will cover the fourth season over a year. So she will give birth and we will have a baby in the group. Not only a young woman who was basically not welcome that much in season one, but now she is part of the group and she brings with her an extension of Nick, an extension of Steve Carell. So we all have to deal with the baby, and we all have to deal with the questions that a baby will bring, including major questions, like in the case of Danny and Claude, the characters played by Colman Domingo and I. We start asking ourselves, what is the next chapter of our life, and is the next chapter a child?
Yeah.
It's actually isn't it, I'm actually very happy that we have this storyline in season two. It feels very universal. It feels very human, more than anything, more than fictional, more than gay. It feels really relatable on a whole new different level that I don't think I personally as Claude had in season one.
Yeah.
So I think we will discover a new layer of Claude, the audience will be able to understand a little bit more about this man, hopefully.
Yeah.
If I did a good job.
No, you guys are doing it, and I think what I like a lot about the series because it touched. There is a situation with you, Claude, and that couple situation is very relatable, even though it's a gay relationship. Also, the Tina Fey and Will Forte, there is another situation which is a hetero situation, but it can relate. Everybody can relate to everything that is going on.
I
Doesn't matter,
honestly, I
right?
feel it doesn't matter exactly, and I feel this is the biggest strength of the show, which goes obviously the award goes to the writers really because in that of course is Tina Fey and Tracey Wigfield and Lang Fisher, who are the three showrunners because they created. I mean, probably the award should be given first to Alan Alda for having written and produced and
Yes,
directed the original
exactly.
movie. But this season, our team of writers was free from the blueprint of the movie. And I think they used that freedom in a wonderful and much deeper way and created characters and storylines that are relatable to everybody,
Yeah.
no matter where you are in the world, no matter if you're gay or straight, if you're black or white. Every character really struggles with the main question everybody has, especially when he's middle age.
Yeah.
When you are in that phase of life where we start really asking what we left behind and what we will be our legacy. Honestly, very human, useless questions, in my opinion. It's questions that make us human, that make us similar and equal, but at the same time, they're all questions that project us in the future rather
Yeah.
than stay awake in the present.
Yeah.
And ultimately, all this can become, anxiety and pressure of expectations, and which is great material for a TV show.
Yes.
But
I agree.
but in the real life, you don't know when the season is gonna end in real life. So you gotta be able to recognize and close the episode of anxiety before it's too late.
Yes, yeah, but this is something that when I watched this season one, I was like, oh my God, some stuff are very relatable. But season two, I was like, oh my God, I can relate to that. The discussion to if I don't want to spoil because people need to to watch it, but like all the discussions that they have within, we can relate to each other,
Makes
and
me very happy to hear that.
yes, I can relate. I have that discussion with my husband, and now you know what I mean. If we're gonna have a baby or not, and then we can have the discussion with when the marriage is already like a couple of years. You can have that discussion as well. It's amazing. I love it. I love everything. Do you have like a favorite episode, or a favorite moment, or a favorite season on the character? Let's say. Can be season one if anything from season one.
I can tell you of season one, I really love the wedding scene where I sing. I think that's such a fine piece of writing, and I had a great time doing it. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a singer, so I thought that was my big chance to sing in front of a giant audience all over the world. But I also love the winter episodes in season one because there's a sudden twist, and the show reveals itself in all its layers. Like suddenly, we know now that Nick dies, and I think it's so beautiful, and it was very challenging for us actors to keep the humor alive while at the same time feel the gravity of the grief. And I think that balance was achieved in brilliant ways. I'm especially talking about the direction and the writing, and probably also I should give credit to all of us. It's really an ensemble piece. About season two, it's very hard to tell you what I love the most without giving any spoiler. I know Netflix, I have here a list of things that I cannot say, and I don't want to be fired before the show is even out. But we know, now it's in the trailer that, the show goes to Italy at some point. And I know that I can say that. And that was very special for obvious reasons. I'm Italian. My character Claude motivates the whole show to go to Italy for 2 episodes.
Which I love it, which is so beautiful.
Thank you.
I can say that because I watch it. It's beautiful, and everybody's gonna be amazed with it.
Thank you so much. I love that we are also in Italy. We don't usually see Italy in the winter time, and I think that was very smart too. Instead of going to Italy like the White Lotus went to Sicily, we know that it's a massive summer destination, but I thought it was very interesting to show that side of Italy too. I think it's gonna be fun for the audience as much as it was fun for us.
Yeah. And talking about Italy, you went to Tuscany as well this year,
Oh,
right? Let's
yes.
say.
How lucky I am to be able to work at a time of despair, to be able to work and by going to my country twice this year. Like my family was also very happy. I normally don't go twice a year because
Yeah.
now I have a family in Brazil too.
Yeah.
So my husband and I, we have to split, our time between the south of the world or the north of the world.
Yeah. What a
Yeah.
it's a situation, like very difficult situation for you guys.
Very difficult.
Very
Well,
difficult.
it is easy and beautiful, but also difficult. It's very hard to schedule our own holiday because
I
when we
know.
have time, we have to go see our family from there or there. But no complaint on that. About Tuscany, about Yumi and
You,
Tuscany,
me, and Tuscany.
it was so fun. I am from Tuscany, so not only I was in Italy, but I was in my motherland. I felt almost a responsibility for everything. It was Universal. It's a Universal film. It's an American movie. I was hired from here, from the United States, so I felt like kind of a responsibility for everybody to go well, for the food to be perfect, for the people to be nice,
And
um,
for them to get it right?
and for
Because
them to
sometimes
get it right.
they have a perception of us, like of Brazilians and also of Italians or French people, when that is kind of different.
Yeah, and I think the director Cat Corridor and Will Packer supervising, I think they did a good job. I think I mean, still remaining in the guidelines of the genre of the rom-com, but I think every single Italian character has his own soul, have their own reason to exist. And yes, some of them are my character is a taxi driver. Lorenzo is it makes people laugh. I know the audience laughs with me all the time because they stop me and they tell me. But I think there is a truthfulness to him, and I think they did it right while making a movie for Americans. Obviously, but there is an authenticity that I rarely see in American films shot in Italy.
And like you've been working now here in the US, you work a lot in Italy. How was like the difference, like if you can compare like working in both, like especially the industry, I think the dynamic is a little different behind the scenes, right?
Yeah, I have to correct you, Jana. Actually, I'm Italian, born and raised in Italy. I studied there, I studied there, I started my career there very young, but I haven't worked in Italy in a very long time. Now, besides obviously Yumi and Tuscany and the two episodes for seasons, I moved to the United States 13 years ago. And I haven't worked in Italy basically since then, or in
Wow,
an
it's a
Italian
lot.
production. And even before, I was mainly my plays were translated in many different languages, and my company and I, we were based in Rome, but we were traveling and producing around the world, especially in Europe, Spain, UK, France, Germany, Holland, etc., etc. So the experiences that I had on set in Italy are very old. So we're talking
Yeah.
about almost, as an actor, almost 20 years old. And I never produced a film as a director in Italy yet. So I can't really, I don't want to say something
Compare,
that
no.
is not correct, because I hope and I know that things have changed since 20 years ago. But I can tell you this, in Italy we don't have unions. So that it's a haven for producers, but for us players and for the crew, it is tricky.
Yeah.
So in the US we are more protected, and it's easier to, if you have a team also. Right now I have the blessing of having an agent and a manager and a lawyer, so they can also, I don't want to say fight for you, but they can
Yeah,
make
but they work
sure
in your
on my
behalf.
behalf, and
Yeah.
they can make sure that the contract will respect not just my performance, but also what comes after, revenue and all that. So I know that I'm in a privileged situation right now. I know that it can end tomorrow, but this I never had that experience in Italy, and I heard also actors who I work with in Yumi and Tuscany who live and work in Italy. They didn't have that opportunity contract wise. And honestly, I'm not talking about anything. I'm not talking about private jet or fruit in the trailer. I'm not talking about anything glamorous. I'm just talking a bit. But here it's more costume than it is in Italy or that it was.
Yeah, but I think here they covers the basic, which is you guys should every actor should have, not just here, but I think everywhere. And it's really hard. But do you have the desire to direct a movie there in Italy?
I do have a desire, yes. I just because I write my own stories, and I have a movie that is takes place mostly in Italy, so it's gonna happen soon. And then I have another one in my mind that I haven't even started writing, and I won't anytime soon. I have other projects right now waiting for me. But yes, of course, I'm Italian, proud to be Italian. Um, I sometimes I feel very far from being from being Italian. As an expat, you can understand sometimes we live in this limbo where we don't obviously belong 100% where we live now, like in the United States. And to go back, it's also in a way it feels impossible because somehow you out I feel I outgrew that person, that Italian man, and I don't feel Italian enough anymore. And which is a limbo full of opportunities, but also a little scary sometimes to feel. It feels like you're always on quicksands. It just, especially at this time in history where you know,
Yeah, I know.
I don't need to tell you.
No,
I don't need to tell you
and
where we
I
are.
can relate to that. When I go to Brazil, I don't feel Brazilian enough there. But then when I'm here, I'm not American enough because I'm not American, of course. But I know there is this gap between, but I don't have plans to come back to Brazil. So
No,
even though
me
I have
either.
my whole family there, I I wish everybody was here, but I don't have that desire. But anyway, it is what it is. We are here. So you wrote High Tide, you directed, and it was an amazing movie. I love that movie so much as well. Any new projects, anything that you writing? You already mentioned that you're writing, but I don't think this is gonna happen too soon because you have other projects coming out for you. Anything that you can talk about? Anything that you can tease us?
Um, I'm just thinking what I can say
Yeah, I
because
know.
I just participated as an actor in a project, but it hasn't been announced, so I cannot say that. But you will have more of me in 2027 um, on the screen. Um, but as a filmmaker, I am preparing to make my next film, which honestly, if I hadn't been blessed with 4 seasons, probably it would have happened sooner. Uh, no complaint on that, but obviously it's eating a lot of my time. Making a film it takes a lot of many months.
I know.
So I have two movies actually ready to go. One shoots in LA, and one will shoot in Europe. The one that I mentioned. So the one European, it's both have producers attached, and some of the cast is attached. Some of the money already is in place. Um, the one that shoots in the US, I was hoping to shoot this summer, but it unfortunately it's not gonna happen. But for various reasons that have nothing to do with not creative reasons. But I can tell you that once again, with my work, I can see now, and I can see it without, I can say it without presumptuousness, really, but with clarity that once again, my work as a filmmaker, as a writer, as a playwright, is devoted to, to stories that deals with the theme of belonging. So we're talking about people who are displaced, people who don't have a voice right now in the world, people who are finding their place in the world, people who are struggling with their own identities. And so as an immigrant, I feel really that is my soul calling. And it's not something that I wake up and I decide. They decide, the gods, the heavens, they just come and give me, they fill my brain and heart with these stories to tell. So they all gravitate around those themes. And I'm very proud of that, because it's something that not only feels deeply personal to me, but also feels very timely and relevant, and it feels like I contribute somehow with something good to this messy world.
Yeah. Are we gonna see Marco and Marco again working together?
Marco, in everything I write, there's gonna be something for Marco. It is not just a duty as a husband. Honestly, my God, if he hears this, it would kill me. But it's just a wonderful actor and a fantastic team player who loves to be on set. Everybody loves him and loves working with him. Yeah. He brings so much joy and grace and love for the craft on set. That is just a dream. So I honestly want to just work with people like this.
Yeah.
So one is my husband, one is my friend, one is the actress I haven't met yet, one is, that is the best. That's how you can make magic and make that time you spend on set, which is most of the time difficult and dreadful, very magical.
Yeah, you're talking about him, Marco P. You're Marco C.
P. I know.
But I heard since Brazil, I've been living here forever, but I always knew people that used to work with him or work with him, and everybody always said nice things about him. He's incredible, and he brought that same energy here, and it's amazing. It's amazing how people love to work with him. It's incredible.
He's just loves what he does, and he respects the people who do that work, and love and respect go a long way. And in that we met. I believe I have the same values. For many years, I believed that running a set, being a director, meant to be authoritarian and and mean and closed off. And I believed it because I saw it, because I was told, because we live in a patriarchal society, so everything has to be motivated by that, and everyone needs to conquer one another. All bullshit. Bullshit.
Yeah, you need to have a collaborate environment, yes. That's why a lot of movies are coming out better right now, because everybody's collaborating together.
I hope so. Yeah.
That's amazing, Marco. I want to thank you so much for your time. You save a little space for me in your busy life.
Oh my God! No,
thank you so much.
Thank
you so much. I'm so glad, and thank you so much for everything that you do for the community, for everybody, and I cannot wait to see the stories that you have for us next.
Can't wait to show them to you. Thank you, Jana. Have a great day.
If you like to continue to support Jana on Camera, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share the videos.